There's a quiet shift that often happens when we reach our 50s. A subtle yet profound change. Suddenly, the deep, unbroken sleep we once knew seems to slip away, almost unnoticed at first. The nights stretch longer, not with peaceful slumber, but with a restless turning, a mind that refuses to quiet down. It's more than just feeling tired the next day. It's a deeper weariness, a sense of losing something precious, that golden thread of restorative rest that weaves together our clarity, our joy, and our very sense of self. It's a silent burden many men carry, unspoken yet deeply felt. This struggle with sleep, this feeling of being constantly on edge, is not a failure, but a shared human experience, especially as we age and the world's demands shift. Perhaps you found yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., replaying conversations, worrying about bills, or simply feeling the weight of unspoken expectations. That heavy sigh in the dark? That's the sound of a mind yearning for peace, but unable to find it. You are not alone in this yearning. We understand this silent struggle, and we are here together to find a path through the night. If you're tired of restless nights stealing your days, if you yearn for the deep restorative sleep that recharges your spirit and sharpens your mind, then please, don't leave. What we're about to share are not fleeting tricks, but timeless truths, wisdom that can finally help you reclaim your peaceful slumber and awaken to a brighter, more vibrant you. Practice exercise. Moment of acknowledgement. Take a deep, slow breath right now. Think about your last sleepless night. Don't judge, just acknowledge the feeling. Was it tired, anxious, lonely? Notice the feeling. The first step to overcoming a problem is to acknowledge that it exists and that you are facing it. You did it, and that was a brave step. Meet David, a vibrant man in his mid-50s. For years, sleep was his refuge. But lately, nights had become a torment. He'd fall asleep, only to wake at 2 a.m., his mind immediately flooded with the day's undone tasks, unspoken frustrations, and worries about his aging parents. He'd try counting sheep, breathing exercises, even late-night news, anything to quiet the ceaseless chatter. But the more he tried, the more elusive sleep became. David felt a deep frustration. He knew he needed rest, but his body and mind seemed to betray him. This constant fight drained his energy, clouded his judgment at work, and left him irritable with his loved ones. It was a vicious cycle. Worry led to sleeplessness, and sleeplessness fueled more worry. He was losing the sharp edge he once had, and a quiet sadness began to creep in. He felt isolated in his struggle, convinced no one truly understood the relentless battle of the mind in the dead of night. Does David's story echo something you've experienced? That profound loneliness of being awake when the world is asleep, wrestling with thoughts that refuse to yield? It's a common terrain for many men in midlife, a landscape of quiet exhaustion. But remember, the wisdom we seek often lies just beyond the struggle, waiting to be rediscovered. A wisdom that speaks directly to the mind's nightly battles. Practice. Exercise, 2 to 3 minutes. Identify your sleep thief instructions. Take a minute. Last night or recent nights, what specifically was on your mind that kept you awake? Was it a worry about work? An unresolved conversation? A vague fear about the future? Write down, or just think in your head, a short phrase that describes your sleep thief. Don't analyze it, just name it. Naming it helps us see this invisible enemy more clearly. For example, work deadlines, health, regrets. To find our way back to sleep, we must first understand the mind that robs us of it. For this, we turn to the emperor-philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, a man who carried the weight of an empire on his shoulders, yet sought profound inner peace. Imagine him at the end of a long, arduous day of governing, perhaps battling barbarians on the frontier, or navigating treacherous political waters in Rome. He, too, faced the onslaught of anxieties that could easily steal one's rest. In his private journal, Meditations, Marcus Aurelius didn't record grand triumphs, but rather his daily struggle to master his own mind. He frequently reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He understood that while he couldn't control the barbarians at the gate, or the political intrigues of his court, he could control his perception of them, his reaction to them. This was his nightly ritual, his silent battle to tame the unruly thoughts before they stole his sleep. How many of us, like Marcus, allow the outside events of our day, the unmet deadlines, the family squabbles, the uncertainties of tomorrow, to trespass into the sacred space of our slumber? We focus so much on fixing the external that we forget the immense power we hold over our internal world. The emperor knew that true rest wasn't found in a quiet palace, but in a quiet mind. His wisdom beckons us to shift our gaze from the chaos out there to the calm within here. But simply knowing this power isn't enough. How did Marcus Aurelius actually practice this? What concrete steps did he take to quiet a mind burdened by an entire empire? The answer, a profound Stoic technique, holds the key to your own peaceful nights. Don't step away now. The secret to his tranquil rest is about to be unveiled. Practice exercise. Now your power boundaries, instructions. Take the sleep thief you identified in the previous exercise. Now divide it into 2 columns. Column 1, within my control, what you can do about it now or in the near future, e.g., plan tomorrow's work, talk to a loved one. Column 2, beyond my control, what you cannot change immediately, e.g., other people's opinions, the outcome that has already happened, the market's volatility. Focus on column 1, Marcus. Aurelius teaches us that our energy is precious, so don't waste it on things beyond our control. This exercise helps you realize where your true power lies. Where am I located? You can pause the video to practice and then continue watching the video. The breakthrough for Marcus and the profound awakening for us lies in the discipline of assent, a core Stoic principle often articulated by Epictetus. We don't just passively receive thoughts. We assent to them, we give them our agreement and belief. This is the moment of choice. When a thought about an unfinished task or a past regret pops into your mind at 2 a.m., it's just an impression. It has no power over you until you say, "Yes, this is true and important, and I must dwell on it right now." The Stoics taught us to pause and ask, "Is this within my control right now?" If not, then release it. If it is, then ask, what is the logical next step, and can I act on it now? Often the answer is no, I can't act on it at 2 a.m., which then liberates you to let it go. Think about David from our earlier story. His breakthrough came when he started to label his thoughts without judgment. Instead of, "Oh no, I messed up that presentation, I'm a failure," he learned to observe, "An impression has arisen. I'm judging my past performance." He then asked, "Is this truly within my control now? Can I fix it at this moment?" When the answer was no, he gently redirected his mind. This isn't ignoring the problem. It's simply refusing to give it the power to steal his precious sleep at that moment. This tiny pause, this moment of rational judgment, is where true liberation begins. It's the silent rebellion against the tyranny of the restless mind. Many chase sleep with pills or distractions, but rarely do they address the root cause, the uncontrolled mind. This fundamental shift in how you engage with your thoughts is the bedrock of Stoic peace. If you let this vital insight pass you by, you risk continuing the very cycle of frustration and sleeplessness you desperately want to escape. Stay with us. The practical applications of this wisdom are about to revolutionize your nights. Practice now, 4 or 5 minutes. Late night thought, labeling technique, instructions. Tonight, when you lie down and a thought keeps you awake, instead of following it, try what David did. Recognize, this is a thought about name of problem, e.g. tomorrow's meeting. Label, Say to yourself, this is just an impression coming in. Ask, is this within my control right now? Twice is usually not because you're trying to sleep. Release. Imagine yourself gently pushing the thought out of your mind, like a passing cloud. Or imagine yourself putting it in a box and closing the lid, silently saying, I'll deal with you tomorrow. Practice this every time a thought bothers you. The power lies in recognizing and refusing to assent to unhelpful thoughts. With the discipline of assent as our foundation, let's explore other potent Stoic practices that can transform your restless nights into a sanctuary of deep sleep. These aren't abstract theories. They are practical tools for the modern man. The practice of premeditatio malorum, premeditation of adversity. Seneca, in his letters to Lucilius, advised us to anticipate challenges. What can happen may happen. Instead of being blindsided by worries about tomorrow, calmly consider the worst possible scenario and how you would respond, focusing on what's within your control. This defangs anxiety. When you've considered the worst and mentally prepared, your mind is less likely to frantically spin at night. The dichotomy of control, revisited for sleep. Epictetus' enduring lesson. Focus only on what's within your control. Your body's ability to fall asleep is partly outside your control, e.g., hormones, external noise. But your efforts to create a conducive environment, your attitude toward sleeplessness, and your response to intrusive thoughts, these are entirely within your power. Let go of the desire to force sleep and focus on fostering the conditions for it. The view from above, cosmic perspective. Marcus Aurelius often encouraged viewing his troubles from a vast cosmic perspective. Your seemingly overwhelming worries shrink when seen against the backdrop of eternity. This doesn't diminish your concerns, but it puts them in proportion, reducing their power to disturb your sleep. Reflective journaling, evening review. Before bed, instead of letting thoughts swirl, dedicate 10-15 minutes to journaling. Write down your anxieties, your plans for tomorrow, and especially what you are grateful for. Seneca would often reflect on his day, evaluating his actions. This externalizes thoughts, preventing them from hijacking your sleep. Imagine ending your day not with a chaotic mind, but with a deliberate, gentle winding down. These practices are like anchors in a storm, holding your mind steady when the winds of worry try to push you adrift. They are not about silencing your thoughts completely, but about learning to observe them without judgment, allowing them to pass like clouds in the sky. This inner freedom, cultivated through daily practice, is the true secret to regaining the deep restorative sleep you deserve. It's the gentle hand that guides you back to tranquility. These are not just ancient ideas. They are powerful blueprints for living a life of peace, starting with your nights. If you're still with us, you're on the cusp of profound change. But the real magic happens when you commit. Our next steps will offer a clear path to integrate this wisdom into your everyday existence. Do not miss the blueprint for your peaceful nights. Practice exercise. 5 to 7 minutes. Create a calm buffer zone. Before bed instructions. Tonight, commit to creating a calm buffer zone before bed, lasting at least 30 minutes. Clear your mind, spend 10-15 minutes journaling. Write down all your worries and tasks for tomorrow. Dump them out of your head onto paper. Read a quiet book. Instead of watching TV or your phone, read a physical book, perhaps a book about philosophy, meditation, or a light story. Brief. Meditation, deep breathing. Spend 5 to 10 minutes sitting quietly, focusing on your breathing. Breathe in slowly, breathe out slowly. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breathing. Remember, this is the time to actively close your mind to outside noise and prepare for rest. The results will not come immediately, but persistence will pay off. The journey to reclaim your deep sleep, to find that peaceful slumber in your 50s and beyond, is not about chasing it. It's about cultivating an inner environment where sleep can naturally flourish. It's about recognizing that the greatest, obstacle to your rest is often not external noise, but the internal clamor of an untrained mind. The Stoic path is one of virtue, reason, and profound self-mastery. It teaches us that true tranquility, or ataraxia, is not the absence of problems, but the absence of disturbance by them. When you embrace these principles, you become the sovereign of your own mind, no longer a prisoner to every anxious thought or regret. This self-mastery, this inner freedom, is the ultimate key to living an an life, a life of profound peace and contentment, day and night. My dear friend, you are not defined by your sleepless nights. You are defined by your willingness to seek understanding, to embrace wisdom, and to cultivate a more peaceful inner world. The Stoics knew that true strength isn't about brute force, but about an unshakable spirit. This spirit resides within you, waiting to be awakened. Let this be your moment of awakening to the possibility of a calmer mind and truly restful nights. The tools are here, the wisdom is ancient, and the potential for change is immense. But the real work, the true transformation, lies in the commitment you make right now. Our final section is a direct invitation, a call to action that will empower you to step onto this path of lasting tranquility. Stay with us for the crucial final steps that will cement your journey to peaceful sleep. Our practice now, 3-4 minutes. Commitment to yourself, instructions. Take another deep breath. Now tell yourself a simple commitment. I choose peace. I will practice controlling my mind. Repeat this 3 times in your mind. This is not just a word, but a promise to yourself. The power of a promise lies in its sincerity and the will to keep it. Reclaiming your deep sleep is not just about physical rest. It's about reclaiming your mental clarity, your emotional balance, and your zest for life. The wisdom of the Stoics offers you a timeless blueprint for this profound transformation. It's a journey, not a destination, but every step taken towards inner peace brings you closer to the tranquil nights you deserve. What is one Stoic principle you will commit to practicing tonight to improve your sleep? How has a lack of deep sleep impacted your life? And what are you most eager to change? What other ancient wisdom topics would you like us to explore in future videos? Please, share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Your journey inspires others and your engagement fuels this community. If this video has brought you even a flicker of hope or understanding, like this video, share it with someone who might be struggling, and subscribe to our channel for more timeless wisdom that illuminates your modern life. Thank you for walking this path with us. May your nights be filled with profound peace and your days with awakened purpose.